Your budget is boring. Let me show you how to make it more fun. Hi, and welcome to Well Balanced Wallet. I'm Kamika, and today we're going to talk about making your budget more fun. So budgets are pretty boring. We can all agree on that. And depending on your passions or your interests or even your financial situation, they can be pretty hard to look at daily, weekly, or monthly, however often you check your budget. So I want to give you a few tips that would make your budget more enjoyable to look at and more pleasant to work with. So let's jump right in. First things first, you do not have to call it a budget. Budget is just one of those words that when you hear it, it just does not sound like a good time. It sounds like numbers and money, and sometimes it can be pretty stressful. So instead of calling it a budget, make up a fun name that resonates with you or your family or your financial situation, anything just to get away from calling it a budget, if that's a word that keeps you from actively participating in your finances. So for example, you can call it a spending adventure, a financial plan, a money saving quest, a thrift journey. You can call it whatever you want. There's no rule that says that you have to call it a budget. The next thing is you can tailor your categories to things that are specific to you. You do not have to use the traditional rent or mortgage, car payment, electric bill, phone bill. You don't have to use those categories. You can call them whatever you want. And when I was thinking about this video, I know my categories are a little straightforward. Some of them are, kind of non-traditional, but most of them are pretty straightforward. So I went to the YNAB Facebook page to see what other people were calling their categories, and I got a few examples. So you can call your budget categories whatever you want to, as long as it makes sense to you and it's going to help you create your spending plan and reach your financial goals. Next up, we're gonna add some customization to these budgets. So whether you budget on paper or an app or use YNAB, spreadsheets, anything, add emojis, add colors, add some type of personalization, something that represents you, so that when you open up this budget or this money plan, this spending plan, you like what you see and it makes you happy, or as happy as you can be when you're going through your finances, but just make it something pleasant for you to look at. For example, I have emojis in majority of my categories. I like them because just looking at the plain categories going straight down the budget is kind of depressing. So when you put the emojis in there, they add a pop of color. They help me to see what the category is about at a quick glance. If I use the YNAB app on my phone, the emojis show up and I don't have to read all those words that come afterwards. It's just a quick way to, look at my budget and know exactly what's going on, and the emojis make me happy. So if you're interested in adding emojis to a digital budget or an app, you should be able to go into the app on your phone and use your emoji keyboard there to add the emojis to your categories. And if you're budgeting on the web and you have a PC, all you need to do is click the Windows key and the period, and your emoji keyboard will come up and you'll be able to use those emojis in your categories. I do not have the shortcut for Macs because I don't own a Mac, but I'm sure a quick Google search will lead you in the right direction. So along these same lines, within your budget app or your spreadsheet or whatever you're using, there should be a way to customize the colors that you're looking at. So if you want your budget to be pink, you should be able to select that you want your budget to be pink. For YNAB users, their colors are standard, but if you're using YNAB on the web, you can download the toolkit for the Google Chrome browser and change your colors there. So just a quick demonstration of that: you download the extension, open up the extension settings, and then you go through until you find the ones that are talking about colors. You add your colors, save it, and then you refresh your page on YNAB and you should see the colors change in your budget. If you're using a spreadsheet, you should be able to use the fill colors to change any colors that you want on your budget. Make it as colorful as you like, or make it one solid color, whatever makes you want to look at your budget and be hands-on with it. So the next thing that you could do to make your budget more fun is gamify it. So I work as an instructional designer, which means I help to create courses. And one thing that we do for courses that aren't very fun, but we want the students to be able to learn, is gamify it. We make up like little rules or little challenges, little objectives for the students to reach as they're going through this course, to make the course more fun, make the students want to interact with the material, even though it isn't very fun. So you can do the same thing with your budget. For example, if you want to full out gamify your budget, you can change your categories to something like level 1, level 2, level 3, have them color coded red, yellow, and green, and make up some sort of game where you try your best not to spend money from a certain level of categories. And then if you do spend money from those categories, you can make some sort of consequence, and if you don't, you can make some sort of reward. Whatever will motivate you to be in your budget more often and to categorize your transactions and make sure that you're spending according to your plan. Another option would be to complete challenges throughout the month. So maybe one month you want to do a no spend challenge, or one month you want to do no eating out, or take your lunch to work for the whole month, or maybe you want to only buy coffee on the weekends. So if you end up buying coffee during the weekdays, you get some sort of consequence, or if you only buy coffee on the weekends, you get some sort of reward. Just whatever consequence and reward system would make you motivated to actually use your budget. Another option that I think is pretty cool is to set location-based reminders in your phone for the places where you typically overspend. So if you know that every time you go to Target, you're at risk of overspending on your budget, set up a location-based reminder in your phone so that anytime you're in the vicinity of a Target, you get a reminder to check your budget. That way, you check your budget, you know how much money you can spend in Target, go in there, spend that amount of money or less, and come out. Or if you look at your budget and you see that you really can't afford to go to Target right now, you keep driving because you don't want to risk overspending your budget. That is a really good way to be on top of all of your categories and make sure that the places that you're tempted to overspend, you at least consciously look at your budget before you go in there to make sure that you are aware of your overspending if you do it anyway, or that you're aware that you don't need to go into this place at this time. So in order to set up a location-based reminder on an iPhone, you're going to go to the Reminders app and you're going to click on New Reminder. We can title it Check Budget. And then you click on Details, turn on Location, and then you want to do Custom. So put in the location of Target or Starbucks or Walmart or whatever the place is that you may have trouble overspending. And then anytime you get into the vicinity of this particular place, your phone is going to send out a reminder saying, hey, check your budget. You can also add emojis into this reminder as well if you just want that to look pretty too. But yeah, set a reminder when you get in the vicinity of these places, and then after you've done it for so long, it's going to become second nature to you and you won't even need the reminders. But in order to get into that habit, just gamify your budget a little bit so that you are aware of your spending. If you don't need to do a location-based reminder, you can also do a reminder on certain days or at a certain time of the day just to check in with your budget. That'll work as well. So these are a few ways to spruce up your budget and make it a little bit more fun. Let me know in the comments if you've used any of these tricks in your budget, and let me know if you do something different that might be fun for other people. Let's chat about it in the comments. That's all for this video. Be sure to give it a like, subscribe, and click the link on your screen right now for more Well Balanced Wallet content. See you there.